through this ruin just as your first leg sinks into the ground and your second leg sinks into
the iron tide.
Oh, we gotta give it something metal.
I give it.
I'll sacrifice myself.
I have caltrops. I'm gonna throw in some caltrops.
You throw some caltrops. Yeah, I'm just gonna sit in the blood.
See,
You got fake caltrops. They're not real metal. You got plastic ones.
You take 6 points of piercing damage as you feel the ground itself beginning to like bite into you, crush into you.
ball bearings. I throw some spike ball bearings into it.
You throw small bearings.
I'll drop a dagger.
Yeah, no, that's gonna do.
I'll drop a dagger in.
I have a silver fork.
Just drop a dagger and dagger.
Do it.
It's a silver fork.
There's another 6 points of piercing
We gotta
damage.
reach out to her. I don't think it's the same shit.
Into the ground releases you with a heavy suction, leaving your bloody legs behind as you pull yourself out of the floor. Okay, make an investigation check.
Oh, hang on, it was really special one. We did investigation.
Part of a set.
10.
10. Let's go.
Shit. No, it was totally worth it. It was totally worth it.
No.
Make an intelligence check. Yes.
I'm really dumb. 2.
2. Okay.
I only have a +0.
All right. Well, you continue onward.
Who else wants to guide us? I can try. The way.
Trying to remember it.
Good. All right.
Okay, yeah.
This is your land. You gotta go.
Yeah, Maury said the thickest. We're heading to where the brambles are thickest.
Go for it. Come on down. Oh, God, I hate it.
You guide me?
Yeah, I always do.
Kind of.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just sucking it up.
Yeah, this is just shit.
Clickers everywhere.
14.
That's better.
14. You begin to push in a direction that, based on where you were going, based on what semblances of color and light you can take on the dark and shadow of the sun sky above you, you continue to lead the
Different directions as you said that.
No, I was just hoping that it would click in my head.
You travel for about another 5-6 minutes or so before you come back to a familiar looking road.
No, I think it's a different room. Wait, watch out for the stuff on the ground.
Oh, shit, no.
Everyone knows stealth check.
We got things, we still got the things. We got minutes left, right?
Yep.
We have a +10? Yes. Oh shit,
Alright, we'll go over here. 33. 33.
24.
24.
28.
8.
24.
Right.
14.
14.
31.
31.
36.
36. See, that's what we're talking about here. Okay. As you all kind of hunker down, throw the veils over you. And it's interesting, you're all looking up. I'd say this is the first time you're kind of looking at your friends with the veil over. When you're underneath the veil, it just looks like a thin netting almost, like a textured bit of loosely threaded material where a lot of light travels through. And looking at your friends as the veil goes over, immediately you watch it kind of like crystallize and turn into what looks like an extremely mossy stone, like a heavy rock. Yeah. You're just gonna sit there and watch as it doesn't come right over the ruin where you are. It just sort of coasts around. Carves through part of the forest, a little ways off where you are. Smoke pours up. You hear the crashing of trees and branches. Birds scatter.
Just leave the trees aflame after it hits, or is it mostly just like?
I mean, the trees themselves burn for a bit. Make a perception check. 16. Well, you're not quite able to see it from here. I'll say previously when you recall, kind of you saw it at a glance and didn't think about it until now, but where the parts of the forest where you first were struck by this dark flame, beam happened, the trees themselves burned, but you watched as the vines on them actually grew over to try and put out their own flames. The forest was reacting, healing itself from the fire best it could.
It was avoiding. Did it look like it avoided the ruins that were?
No, it just looked like it's still in the search mode, and it hadn't zeroed in where it needs to go. But you know that at least it's back in the swing of things. At least it seems to be following loosely the same trajectory. But you wait for a bit, hold your own rate.
5 minutes.
5 minutes. So I'll put you at 30. That's about halfway through the veil's effectiveness.
Should I have to exit the line? Would you next?
Should I? Okay. Okay, forget it. I'm using my sorcery points. I'm gonna gain back their lip spell, and I'm gonna send a message to Nana.
Okay.
And I'm gonna send her a message and say, "This is Diver. We're at the ruins by the Ancilla Court. Help us find the way to the exit. Which way? I can't message you again."
Okay. There's no response.
If we're sitting here for several minutes, I'm gonna just start healing us.
There's no response.
There's no response.
She didn't respond.
Oh my god, hang on. I pull out the treasure tribal. Fuck. Okay, I guess that's good.
What did he say?
The last doesn't come to respond to a message.
Don't you dare.
Don't
Maybe she's busy doing it.
She's
Maybe
busy.
she is. Maybe she is the archfey that's chasing after
Maybe
us.
she was never there.
Maybe she just is already getting down to business. She's like, no time to talk, I'm gonna get to it.
Maybe she's got a mission for it.
We gotta go.
Are there tall trees?
Oh yeah,
All around?
all manner of different sizes.
Line. I'm gonna try to not expose myself so I can get a good look.
Make an acrobatics check for me for the simple. Consider this going to pull this into the previous stealth roll as well.
Oh, fuck you, die. Fuck you, die.
Well, it takes you a bit to get up there. I mean, thankfully these trees are fairly tangled, so it is kind of like climbing an oversized net. So there's a lot of places to find hand footholds, so you don't fall, but it takes you a moment to get up to a vantage point.
And I'm trying to stay hidden in foliage and look out over the landscape, Hobbit style, and see if I can locate brambles getting denser or if there's any discerning feature different from what we've come across.
Make a perception.
And I way up high. I was
Yeah, that's a different.
That's good. 24.
24. That's great. That's great. Okay. Glancing around the space here, you can see a number of other like structures that have been taken by the forest or built within the trees. You see some like tree houses and like sections of unseen villages built on landscape that you managed to not run into far off from the paths that you come in or out currently heading. You can see the spires that surround that kind of haphazard ring that kind of wraps around the far distant exterior of the Shiver Keep. You do also see where the trees begin to grow thinner, and instead these massive, moving, unnatural-looking, thick bramble vines kind of begin to wrap around each other and rise up through trees, overtaking trees, pushing them over, and you can now see what looks to be a heavy, dense thicket that is about a mile and a half, 2 miles from where you are.
Lot of that amongst the forest, or does it just give way entirely to brambles?
I mean, it's a clod of it, but the clod itself is, a few miles across. So it's a larger area, it's a single point. But it is loosely in the direction of travel, and if you can't find the direction you're going, it would have been a little bit off. So you can kind of right yourself at this point. You do also see carving another path through hard forest before it seems like it's circling back around closer to where you're currently.
Sounds right. All right, so I see one. Chrissy, grab the gloomy guts. He's coming back. We have to go that way.
Okay.
Everybody come with me so I'm not the only one who has to remember. Okay.
Let's go.
Let's move. Should we move or should we drop? Is he coming? Where?
How close was it when I was up top?
Was maybe about 1,000 or so feet at the time.
We can't.
For like 2 minutes and then hunker.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So y'all go into a heavy sprint.
No.
Heavy sprint. We skip.
Okay. Heavy sprint, closing much further distance, kind of rushing in that direction. This is a very challenging terrain. So even the distance you try and cover at a heavy sprint is difficult terrain. So it's not a full dash. But you're still making headway. You're making ground. You continue to push forward until you hear the you all get that? Roll a stealth check.
Can you see it? Like,
Yep, we're at 35 minutes now.
Will do.
29.
29,
27.
27,
14 again.
14 again,
28.
28, 15,
25.
29. Okay. You hear the wind. You're louder, you can see the wind as it passes overhead cause all the red branches and leaves to shake. It was in a low flying scan that just passes over, and you watch as it rapidly kind of begins to curve around, like it picked up something. Right about the time you hear this other noise, this massive, dark, hawk-like creature slams into the side of this. You watch as Glumglut just gets hit in the side. You don't even watch the impact, you just watch these two things crash and then vanish over the tops of the trees before you hear the breaking of probably a dozen trees at the impact. All right.
I do.
I know, I want to see that shit.
You all go into a run, following the direction that you are pushing in now, and you're guiding the best you can. And it is treacherous land, but you continue going. A handful of signal wards are still there, but at this point, you can just blow past them if you want to, or you want to brave it past other creatures that might be amongst the forest.
I think we book it.
Okay.
Is there other creatures that were on patrol out here?
Yep, you might not have gotten as far as us.
There was,
Well, we could get close.
Just right, just right.
It's right there.
You all go into this just run. You get the dryness is in your mouth. You just continue focusing in the direction, following behind where Orm is pointing you. As you go, you can hear in the sky other trees crashing to the left of you. You watch as Glumglut kind of picks up in the air above and it beams carving in different directions. And then suddenly from below, it gets slammed by that same creature again. The both of them then spiral down, crashing into the forest about 600 or 700 feet from where you are. You continue to run, and as you do, the thicket gets denser and denser. Indeed. You get to a point where you're having to crawl through once more and, like, in some points, cut your way past certain paths that are a little too tight for some of your larger team members to get through. And you can still hear the scuffle and fight behind you.
Can I? This is done.
I ain't got shit.
I'm gonna just lightning bolt straight ahead of us. I'm gonna try to create a tunnel of thicket that's burned so that we can get through it.
Go ahead and roll damage on that. So you can reach 30 damage on this with a clear, clean path. Any less than that, you might have to cut a little bit of your way through, but it will help either way.
No, 9d6.
What? How so? But how far so?
Okay. 20.
Wow.
Yeah, I beat it.
We're over 30.
We're over 30.
30?
Yeah. 32 points.
So casting is 4th level?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
32, just made it.
Just made it.
that's what I got left.
Just describe how this looks.
I just, I step forward and my hair flashes back and my eyes flash white as like a giant purple light engulf. Yeah.
This column of deep purple energy just carves through, and you watch as this heavy, like continuous series of walls of overgrown, unnatural faith thicket begins to wither away and curl and blacken. As it does, you watch. It's not just burning through the vines and roots before you, but the first few burn, and the others immediately reactively pull away, like a living creature that's like drawing its limbs. It seems to react from the impact and pain of this, and a path begins to slowly open ahead of you, as it does not want to further impede and present itself with further damage.
That was cool.
It was really loud and really cool. We really need to run.
We'll give the tree some pats. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You kind of push through, climb through, continue to follow this path, occasionally seeing up in the sky. You do see this massive kind of black bird that kind of like flies up. You catch just a quick glance, large, kind of black and crow-like wings with these long talons at the end, the limbs, like the talons so long and extended that they almost fold up to an unnatural length of folding within it. And at the top, you see the long neck and the head of Maury at the end. As it flies over, kind of scanning, before a darkened beam strikes it on the side. And you see the flames kind of erupt on the side as she kind of tumbles into the nearby forest. And you see Glowing Black go into a pursuing strike over the edge.
Yeah. She'll be fine. She'll be fine. She'll be fine. She's killed bigger things than this. I've seen it.
We don't need to go help.
No, we gotta go. I think she's gonna be okay. I think she's gonna be okay.
We should help her.
Unless somebody has got something we have no way to help, we gotta keep going.
Keep going.
You continue to push through, and you hear the shrieks of Glowing Black Moor, and you're starting to recognize timber. You're beginning to recognize things that are actively energetic, excited, honed in, like the sound a cat makes when it sees something move, versus the sound of something that is frustrated and lost. The sound you're hearing is a little more of the latter. You see it now scanning above. No sign of Maury necessarily at this point, but Glowing apparently is now back in searching mode, though definitely not directly or terribly near the current position of your troop. You begin to carve further into this thicket, passing by small pools of clear water, like a recent rain has been gathered, small alcoves and what would be muddy areas, but the landscape here is mostly moss covered and soft. There's no mud anymore. It's just like a sponge, kind of mossy material, and the pools themselves are just like this beautiful clean water. You can see elements of like bone gray fungus that occasionally protrude from areas like little toadstool rings that sit around some of these puddles. And then eventually you come upon something that is very, very unique in this space. An utterly nightmarish vision of dark bark, like a twisting tree that was split down the middle and then spreads out to two different trunks that embed themselves in the ground to create this 12-foot tall arch. There you can see dense vines and leaves and all numbers of purple and black flowers and roses just wrap around each side. You can see there's, amongst this arch, a 12-foot door of like rolling fog that just continuously spills off and stumbles and fills the ground around it. You can see above that the actual tree top that sits there. there is a massive ropes and tattered materials. Almost looks like a constructed nest that sits right above where this is. It's about 25 feet from where you just emerged.
We didn't pass this on the way in?
No, you came from another direction.
Using Hunter Bane, sorry. Can I smell and do I pick up any like creatures that I haven't been smelling as we've been running through the marsh?
Yeah, make a perception check for that.
It's absolute action. 10.
10. Everything here smells fake. It's a little hard to distinguish, and it's a little weird. But you, with your high passive perception, immediately see something kind of crawl out from that nest of ropes above.
What is it?
You see, as you hear Orem say this and glance up, what looks to be a monstrous cyclops-like creature with a singular cloudy eye that sits above a noseless mouth, jagged teeth with missing gaps between them. The neck is non-existent practically, its head kind of sitting within a bulbous torso that wears patchwork clothing that looks like a ruined mockery of prestige, a tall harlequin collar that seems to frame the back of its shoulders. It doesn't have feet, instead it has 4 long muscular arms that emerge from the torso. And it almost scurries like a spider before it kind of climbs down the side of the tree before this like fog gate, and then the 2 bottom arms stand straight like legs, and the 2 other ones fold behind it, and it seems to put on this air of regality before it launches down into the rest of you.
This is gross.
So it seems we've got visitors today. Tell me, who goes and visits me, Terosh the littlest slumber? The littlest slumber. There's that one giant milky eye in the center of the face that looks at you unblinkingly.
Hello, Tarash. Right? Is that what you said?
I'm glad you heard, my dear. I wish to know your friends and why you've all come here.
We have to go through, I believe, this gate. That's right by you.
Is there a fee or a toll to pay?
Of course there is. For all you say, my friends, you made your way. Each of you have curious luck. What will you bring this day?
Are you kidding me right now?
We were rhyming so much last episode.
To just use words that can't be pronounced, like orange or
Turkey. Oh, you're right. Oh my gosh, door hinge. That's really good. Close enough.
murky.
Bastion
What kind of stuff do you like? What do you want? What's considered a toll?
It's kind of like, you see this look of like disappointment already.
You can run.
And you can see like through the disappointment, the mouth is growing slightly more salivary.
I don't have much of value in my journey. I have not been nimble, but I have something of value to me, so I can offer you this thimble.
Okay.
And I pick out the porcelain thimble that I stole from you.
Wait a minute.
Putting a hand forward like this, and the bottom arm leg is like skitter over.
I do not move.
Takes it.
Wait, hang on. That
Oh, dare say, here, my little friend, I like the gifts you bring. I say to you, my little friend, go forth and may you sing. Puts the thimble within its breast, kind of like weird jacket that it has, kind of tattered off to the side, and steps along the way. And then the minute any of you begin to step forward, immediately the physicality is like guarded against the rest of you, just leaving a path for you to walk.
Wait. Have we gone through yet? Have you?
No.
Wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey, he has a weird suit.
What is that?
No, sorry, this is me. The stuff, because Fey realm needs
Rub
time.
stuff on us?
Yes.
She
Nana
gave us
gave
stuff
us
to
a
rub
paste to rub on our foreheads and our cheeks so that we don't come out 1,000 years
Okay,
later.
let's go do that. Let's all rub that on our fucking. I don't remember that.
Take off the mud.
We really need to
I'm
spot.
very,
Prestidigitation.
Or is it
Okay.
Lord? I'm not sure.
Now you're singing.
What?
What's happening?
I'm trying to pay attention.
I need to get through the gate.
Right about this time, he reaches over and kind of touches your shoulder and pushes you through the door.
Before we get any older, here, I offer you this gift, a taste of Taldori pot holder.
Make a persuasion check.
I've lived in your musician for half a fucking or 5 years.
13?
13.
To offend you here, I do not mean to look upon with trifle.
And he kind of glances over his fingers.
Maybe, I think, could we take instead that peaceful effort?
You wouldn't dare.
Fine.
I have something better. I have something better. You do not want it.
I'm talking loud,
I'm not good at it. I have for you.
You start noticing, with each failed run, his body is growing slightly larger, the shadows around the gate grow slightly darker and longer, and his breathing gets louder.
Our day was long and too much filled with toil. It isn't much, but have this dram of burning oil. A little flask of burning oil. You know?
It soaks the pot holder in it,
Oh.
grabs your head like a basketball, and yoink, flings you into the gate. The rest of you begin to hear.
Right.
It's a pleasure to come upon you on this fine day. We come from a realm far away. My name is Lonna, so don't call me Doris. But here I have this journal from one Vespin Chloris.
So good!
The pale moonlight-like color of the realm begins to peek once through past the surrounding brambles, and you see the grin that already sat filled with gnarled teeth begin to grow even wider as the book is accepted and thumbed through.
The history of other realms have always kept me happy. I'll tell you this. I like your look. The rest of you are crappy.
Takes you and throws you into the gate.
His catch.
Jenny! Jenny! Drop a beat. Yo, I'm SDG, and I'm here to say I'm a big trend to the major way. I'm not too concerned, I don't do raps, but I made you a box of ginger snaps.
That's incredible.
They've been sitting there.
I'm not gonna eat them just in case. We can break. Accepts them, kind of like gives you a curious look over in general before sniffing them and then eating the box whole, put them in there.
I'll have to say, my little friend, I rather like the flavour. I wish there's more, but that's all right. The memory will savor.
Grabs you and then chucks you back into the gate. Now, you hear as Glomglut is now circling around the top of the thicket. It's mostly tangled over, but you can see the shadow moving. And you feel you haven't too much time before it begins to find you and tear through.
Over Imogen's monk-ass gift, we feel great remorse. But I hope you'll accept this sweet-ass rocking horse. And it's a little rocking horse that has a little figurine that has a big eye carved in the little guy that's on the back of it.
Right, it's your for me. Better handled with a tweezer. I think it's time you went ahead, you little stupid geezer.
Grabs you and chucks you into the gate. And then kind of admires the horse a little bit and kind of looks it over. Kind of bites it for a second. Doesn't he? Just bites on it. Puts it in
Can we
its
see
mouth.
Maury or anything, or can I look back and just see anything?
You don't see anything. It's too dense around here. You can make a perception check if you'd like.
Oh god, okay, I'm gonna take the cloth that Maury gave us. Through this land we've ridden, of that I have not lied, I give you this gift to keep you hidden. Go on now, make yourself hide.
I walked it. Have we found Bailey's Achilles heel?
Imogen. Imogen, make another persuasion check. It's on the line. It's on the line.
Oh, okay. 20.
Appreciate your second chance. Maybe this will hide. But here upon this second chance, I better let it slide.
Goes ahead and just grabs you, brings you close and kind of looks you over for a second before